Hey guys, it's Jake and welcome to the channel where I share travel videos, tips, and recommendations. And in today's video, we'll be talking about what to do in Hong Kong, China. I'll briefly go over the history of Hong Kong and then we'll dive into where to eat and things to do, which would be the 10,000 Buddha Monastery, the Big Buddha, the Symphony of Lights, and going to the top 15 bar in the world. Oh, and obviously Victoria Peak. If you guys like travel videos, then please consider subscribing and helping me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers. And that way I can try to monetize this channel to make some money for all of the hours I put into making these videos. Sorry about that sales pitch. Let's dive into Hong Kong.
Some quick background information about the city is that Hong Kong is a special administrative region of the People's Republic of China, which is a fancy way of saying that Hong Kong has a separate governing and economic system from that of mainland China. If you were wondering why is that the case, well, long story short, Hong Kong was a colony of Britain who had a 99-year lease on the area, and that expired in 1997, and at that point the area was transferred back to China. This would have been super helpful for me to know since Hong Kong uses the Hong Kong dollar, which I didn't know, so I rolled in with my RMB, which is the currency they use in China, from being in Beijing, and had to convert it over. This whole situation is what has led to what's going on there currently. The city of Hong Kong is broken up into Hong Kong Island and Kowloon. From my experience, Hong Kong was more expensive, but also easier for someone who only speaks English, and Kowloon felt like more authentic China. We'll start off talking about Hong Kong Island and specifically Central, which is the main portion of Hong Kong Island before taking the ferry over to Kowloon. But let's start our morning by grabbing some coffee, and there are a variety of specialty roasters such as Noc Graham Street, which curates quality coffee and healthy food options, Hazel and Hersey, which is a roaster that provides specialty coffees, the Cupping Room, which has won numerous Hong Kong Barista Championships, Brewers Cups, and placed in the World Barista Championships and Brewer Cups. Now that we're all caffeinated, let's wander. On Hong Kong Island, there's a bunch of things to check out, like the Man Mo Temple, which was built in the early 1800s and dedicated to the god of literature and the god of war. The interior is very traditional with dozens of incense spirals overhead. There are also fortune tellers around the temple, but a more interesting way to get your fortune told is to use the fortune sticks inside the temple. On a counter, there is a tube of sticks that once you ask a question, you shake the jar until one stick rises to the top. Other things to see would be St. John's Cathedral, Soho, which is an entertainment district located in the mid-levels, or Upper Lascar Row, which is a narrow alley full of antique stalls. For lunch, you can get local food at Max Noodles, which is a Michelin 1-star restaurant and a Hong Kong institution, while Tim's Cha Ki is a relative newcomer across the street whose wonton noodles earned them a Michelin honorable mention. But just a heads up, they're cash only. And after that, you can go to Hong Kong Park, which has 20 acres right in the middle of the city, and the Forest Gate Conservatory. The conservatory is home to more than 63 kinds of birds and several kinds of plants. Or you can skip that and go to one of the most iconic things in Hong Kong, Victoria's Peaks. Hong Kong has the largest number of skyscrapers of any city in the world, and you get to see all of them from Victoria's Peak. They offer a tram, or you can use a city bus to get to the top. While up there, you can pay extra to get up to the viewing deck, but there is plenty of places to get a good view of the city. Whether you get it here or somewhere else, I recommend getting an egglet, which is quite the tasty treat. For dinner, you can stop by a variety of places like Su Wah and get a crispy bun with noodles. And if you're looking for non-traditional food items, they have that as well. And you're gonna go to Passiano for pizza, which is like a New York slice, but without the grease, or a Burger Circus, which is really good. If you're looking for a post-dinner drink, then Hong Kong is the place to be. According to 50 Best Bars, it is currently home to the Old Man, which is currently ranked number 15 in the world. The Old Man is a tribute to the author Ernest Hemingway, and they also have a sister bar called The Sea. But there are more places like Koa, which made the largest leap in 2020, going from number 49 to number 8. Pontiac, which is currently ranked 68th first in the world, and Quinary, which is number 16 in all of Asia. We've now covered a lot of Hong Kong Island, so let's take the ferry over to Kowloon and explore over there. As I mentioned earlier, Kowloon has a bit more of a traditional feel. While you're over there, you'll most certainly stumble across a couple of markets. When I say a couple, I mean a bunch, and this is where you'll be able to find cheap souvenirs or knockoffs to brands like Supreme, Nike, or Adidas. There's also Tim Wuhan, the famous and popular dim sum specialist from Hong Kong. The restaurant is often referred to as the cheapest Michelin star restaurant and known for their baked barbecue pork buns. And as I mentioned earlier, walking around Kowloon, it just looks different than Hong Kong Island, as it's not as skyscrapery, if that's a word. You can also stop by Kowloon Park, which is a 33-acre park and has a wide variety of statues, fountains, and I even stumbled across a pond that had flamingos in it. And if you venture a little bit north, you'll find the 10,000 Buddhas Monastery, which is a mid-20th century Buddhist temple located in Sha Tin, Hong Kong. Construction of the temple began in 1951, and the main journey up to the monastery is an attraction itself, as the path is lined on both sides with golden Buddhas. Each Buddha is unique and in a different pose. Despite the common translation of its name, the monastery actually contains nearly 13,000 Buddha statues. Once you get to the top, you'll see a nice pagoda as well. While in Kowloon, I also checked out Butler, which is a whiskey bar, and was a recommendation I got from a bartender at the Old Man. But one of the best things about being on this side is being able to watch the Symphony of Lights. I got there about an hour early and people were already there. The show is only 10 minutes, but it is pretty cool. And near the pier, there is a statue of Bruce Lee. Not this one though. I found this one somewhere else. One of the last iconic things to do is to check out the Tian Tan, or the Big Buddha. I took the metro from Hong Kong to Tung Chung, and you're able to either hike, take the Nongping 360, or a bus to get to the Big Buddha. I took the Ping 360, which costs about $30, but was the fastest and coolest way to get there because you are above the landscaping and able to see the Big Buddha coming, because that thing is massive. You reach the Buddha by easily walking up the 268 steps. The statue is over 34 feet tall, weighs over 250 tons, and is made out of bronze. The statue is of Buddha Shakyamuni and was completed in 1993. The statue is seated near Kowloon Monastery and symbolizes the harmonious relationship between man and nature, people and faith.
Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a better idea of things to do in Hong Kong. Do not forget that if you want to be around for when I post my next video, then please subscribe. And if you're interested in other travel destinations, then you can check out my channel or the link below to some travel articles. All right, see you guys next time.